Okay, hi everyone. Excuse me for the hat mark line. It's been a bit hot today and I'm wearing a hat that's too tight for my big head. It is now week 8. That's gone so quick. I can't believe that. This is just a little video to kind of give you guys a bit of a rundown in terms of what a scholarly source is. I made the video at the beginning of the teaching period that spoke about how to write an academic essay, or how to write an academic piece of writing in terms of, I use the analogy of baking a cake. I think that's really good in terms of talking about the key things you need and kind of talking about scholarly sources compared to say secondary sources or grade literature like statistics and stuff. So what you probably notice is most of our assignments require scholarly sources to be used. The majority do. This is a standard at university. You have to use the scholarship. It's the most important thing because it shows that you understand the field and that you understand the topic at an academic level, not just like a working knowledge, but you understand it at a sophisticated, nuanced academic level and not just like a general knowledge. Okay. So what is a scholarly source and what makes a source scholarly? So scholarly sources can be referred to as like academic sources, peer-reviewed sources, or refereed sources. I call them scholarly sources or the scholarship, so that's what I refer to. They're written by experts in a particular field and serve to keep others interested in that field up to date on the most research findings, news, phenomena, etc. Scholarly sources provide the most substantial and the most integral information for your assignments. Peer-reviewed. So peer-reviewed is one of the most important kind of components of what makes a scholarly source. So when a source has been peer-reviewed, it has undergone the review and scrutiny and this whole process where a board of colleagues in the author's field, who are experts as well, probably a bit more senior or around the same level of seniority, has reviewed it quite closely. They evaluate the new source, the new source up for peer reviewed, as part of the body of research for a particular discipline and make recommendations regarding its publication in a journal, revisions prior to publication, or in some cases they reject it as well. So they'll offer things that you may not have thought of. They'll offer things that could be helpful. They'll say, get rid of this bit. So it's a collaborative process that really kind of makes it be really rigorous and makes the sources so reputable and credible for your assignments. Scholarly sources, authority and credibility improve the quality of your own paper or your own assignment. So that's why if you're using a thing like a media source, like an article from The Guardian or an article from news.com or an article from abc.com, they aren't scholarly because they haven't been peer reviewed. So I refer to those as media sources or secondary sources. So in my cake analogy that I used earlier in the teaching period, this was something that I really kind of focused on. You should only use those other sorts of sources like media articles, websites, etc., statistics, only at the very end if you have time. The focus is to use scholarship. Within the unit, within each module, at the bottom of each module you'll find the recommended and the required sources for the unit. They are the scholarly sources. So you can always tell as well if a source is scholarly if the author's name is provided, if the